and there was some strange audio technical issues. So I've said it a few times already that I want to connect this to my Zoom account, and I'm feeling more determined than ever to do that. But I know a lot of people do YouTube Live successfully, so I might also do some checking in on best practices. I like about the fact I like about myself that I'm pretty comfortable improvising and generally good with tech issues, but when it happens over and over again, you start to think maybe I need to change something that I'm doing. Today, my friend Halsey is planning to come over. She's a new friend. We met at the gift shop in Somerville where she works, and we both love musical theater. So I think she's on her way. And in the meantime, I'm going to say, like I did with Von Erich in a pre recorded that then we posted, or maybe we did it live. I don't remember now. Last week, we talked about voice reclamation, and I introduced some questions to help check in with yourself. So I'm going to read the questions. How do you identify creatively or musically? I'd say I'm a writer, a songwriter, singer, performer. Another important aspect of who I am, highly empathic. In the moments I'd rather not put in effort, my fuel or motivation will be my ancestors, the fact that they paved the way for me to be playful and joyful as a job in this lifetime. I'm also motivated by the generations coming up under me and around me. Beliefs that I have that are ready to be released. The belief that love comes from people admiring you or thinking what you're doing is really incredible. I don't think that's actually what love is. So, the admiration of others, I want to let go of that, the belief that that's necessary. Who will benefit from my healing and reclaiming of my voice? I will for sure. And I trust that it will be like dropping a pebble into a still body of water, that there will be ripples around me. And I think the work any of us does to heal, to come fully into our expression, it's deeply personal, and being motivated to do it for your own sake is more than enough. And for those of us who are extra motivated by serving, which I think is often true of empaths, there's extra fuel to the fire when we allow ourselves to breathe into the people we're doing it for. Not because we need their admiration, but maybe because we trust that our full expression provides a mirror where they can see that their expression also is beautiful. I wrote at the top of this list of questions, the Spanish version, reclamando nuestras voces, reclaiming our voices. Interestingly, I'm working on my French right now, but I'm grateful that as a singer, I know how to pronounce things carefully. and that is received as an expression of care and interest and consideration for the people around me. I think Halsey just got here. Um, I love the idea that I can be part of the healing work at this time, and my voice is part of that. So let's see, Halsey. Hey, Halsey, come on in.
Hello.
You've got your overalls on. Those are so good for singing.
So true.
So the tea making got started,
Okay.
but not finished because then I was like
Yeah, no.
getting started. Would you like tea or water? Tea?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So
What kind?
here's Halsey. um, I usually like peppermint or ginger tea when I'm going to sing.
Same.
What do you like?
Whichever one you're doing of the two sounds fantastic.
Okay, we're gonna do peppermint because I already have that open. Okay, so Halsey, while I'm making the tea,
Yeah,
would you like to just say a few things about yourself?
sure. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, great.
Hi, I'm Halsey. Hannah and I met while I was working at a little vintage home goods shop in town, and we just kind of hit it off with conversation. It's been lovely getting to meet the 2 or 3 times you've come into the shop while I've been working. I haven't worked there for very long, like less than a month.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, less than a month. Um, and oh my god, those mugs are so cute.
Thank you.
I love them.
And we both have names that start with an H.
It's true.
So do you have a preference between muffs?
I like the yellow one.
The yellow one? Okay,
Yeah.
good. And would you like a little agave or honey?
Yeah, honey would be great for
Okay.
me. Thank you. Um, yeah, we met just a few weeks ago. Hannah came into the shop and bought this beautiful illustrative book that she'd been looking for a while, and it was in the shop for just like $10 or $15, I think.
Yeah, it's only $10.
Yeah. And it just felt very kismet. And I grew up performing and singing and haven't done it in maybe a decade.
That makes me excited.
I've done regular acting performances, but nothing with, the voice thus far,
Well,
other than
this
speaking.
inspires the
Yeah,
voice.
yeah, that's true, that is true.
Tell me about you as an actor. Like, what kinds of roles do you like to play?
Um, I love to play real people. I love to play people that have existed, whether they're still alive. I've actually never played anyone before that's still alive, but people that have passed on, I like to play people like that, where there's a lot of, written history about them, but not a lot of their, like, personal life. I played a woman named Henrietta Swan Leavitt, who was a Harvard computer back in the, I believe, 1800s. Yeah, 1800s or like early 1900s.
Mhm.
I'm getting my dates wrong there because it's been a long time since I've done that. But um, there wasn't a lot of knowledge about her personal life other than she was quite sick for most of her life and quite feeble, but very intelligent, very smart, and quite religious. So she had personal journals and letters that she wrote to other people, but nothing deeply intimate about herself was shared. So it got very exciting as an actor to be able to uncover different parts about her based on the story I was playing. And find different nooks and crannies of her personality. It's kind of like a psychological dissection of a person.
Now, what was the play?
The play was The Women Who Mapped the Stars. I was one of the debut actors to get to play her character, which was very
That's
exciting.
amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool. I believe I was 20 years old, so I was 6 years younger than I am now.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, it was a really beautiful experience.
I love that you got to be in like an original debut.
Yeah,
That's so fun.
it was really cool. I've gotten the chance to be in 2 or 3 of those before,
Mhm.
and it's always very exciting.
Now, what was the first play that you were ever in?
The first one was, Seussical the Musical.
So it's a
I
musical.
It was a musical. I did mostly musicals up until college.
Okay. All right. So you
Yeah,
have plenty of singing in your
I
background.
do have plenty
Great.
of singing in my background. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do at home by myself. Um,
Okay, great.
yeah, yeah, one of my favorite things to do at home by myself, but not something that I share with people much anymore. Uh,
And that's beautiful. That
yeah.
like what I often people are like, "Oh, I'm not singing." When
No,
they're
I
talking
love
to
to
me,
do it.
well, and that's good.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, I want to just name that singing alone for yourself or for your
Oh, it's
pet,
so
for your
fun.
family, or your stuffed animal,
Yeah.
your shoes in the closet. That's beautiful. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that, right?
Totally, of course.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite things to do. It's like my number one hobby. I'm pretty sure. I
That's
I
amazing.
love to do it. I don't do it in front of people anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have our tea made.
Tea.
Tea, yay. I think we're going to come to the piano.
Sure.
Not
Well.
that we necessarily. It's kind of. Now you'll see I have 3 million books that I'm
Oh
getting
my
rid of.
gosh,
But the
wow.
music stand is here.
There are a
And
lot of books.
we're gonna I'm like, you can choose a book or two if you want a book or two, but you might not.
Maybe,
Okay,
okay.
cool. Let's put that on the music stand.
Sure.
And this was going to be a cup of
Thank
tea. If it
you.
wants more honey, let me know.
Thank
There's
you
some
so
right there.
much.
I have
Wonderful.
multiple jars and closets
Okay,
in cabinets.
cool.
Okay. So here we are. We are going to sit close.
Okay, sounds
And
good.
sometimes we'll get moved space from each other. Um, if we want that.
No, I'm good. Don't worry. I texted her saying that I was nervous.
Well, so I talked through at the beginning of this
Mhm.
my reasons for reclaiming my voice.
Yeah.
And I'll say, I mean, in the world of the sciences, specifically psychology, therapy, that
Mhm.
whole world, it's often said research is me search.
Yeah.
Now, these are questions that maybe could be used in a research study, but
Sure.
mostly they're just to provoke a little sense of checking in, right?
Yeah.
So I answered them for myself at the
Mhm.
beginning, and I know I sent you the conversation that Eric
Yes.
and I had. So I'm gonna just ask them of you.
Yeah, no, go
All
for
right.
it.
And you've already kind of answered some of them, which is fine. But
Mm.
how do you identify creatively or musically?
Um, I think creatively, I identify as a storyteller, um, primarily. Whether that's through song, likely never dance. I'm not a dancer.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a dancer. I'm very uncomfortable dancing. Um, but I love to sing and I love to write and I love to read and I love to act.
Okay.
So anything that I feel is able to communicate someone's story or the story of an event happening, I think is a beautiful way for me to be a creative.
I love this.
Mhm.
And always, this is the teacher in me. If someone's like, "I'm not a dancer," I'm like, "Let's start dancing." But I'm not gonna put that on you because
It's
this is
okay.
about voice
It's
reclamation.
good. I actually we also have this in common where
Mhm.
you've worked in therapy.
Yeah.
I currently when my regular job 9 to 5 most days is I work for a therapy company in New Hampshire.
My gosh,
Um,
that's really interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not a therapist myself, but I'm their director of marketing and outreach.
Okay, cool.
And my mother is a therapist, so I grew up with therapy in my life
Okay.
for a long time. So I'm
Okay.
definitely I'm very into why I feel so uncomfortable. I love to like look into those things. And it's the exact same way that me texting you earlier today being like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm feeling really nervous. And I said that to you because I'm a very
Mhm.
avoidant person when it comes to things that
Okay.
I'm nervous
Okay.
about.
Okay.
And I don't ever want to let that side of me come out and be rude to people that I think are really like wonderful and that I want to make a connection with. So it's like, okay, I'm either going to be avoidant and be my worst self and stay home and just like not text you. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's so mean. That's not who I am. And I like you. So I was like, I'm just going to tell her that I'm scared. And then I'm going to be like, no, I'm still coming. It's fine. I just need to know that I'm scared.
Well, see, I love that you were able to say all of that about yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And one thing that I so appreciate, and we're gonna circle back to the question,
Yes.
but I appreciate under people who know themselves,
Yeah.
right? And when you texted me,
Hmm.
I saved you in my phone as Halsey the singer.
Oh, wait, that doesn't work though because there is one.
Is there like somewhere on social media?
Yeah.
Well, to me, you are Halsey the singer. Now, do
Thank
you
you.
want to share a different name for yourself for
No,
the
that's
no,
okay.
that's okay.
Yeah, that's
In
fine.
terms of my on
Yeah.
my phone,
Well, thank you.
you are
That's very
the
kind.
Halsey.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So another important aspect of who you are.
Mhm.
You've talked about some things, but tell us one maybe you haven't said yet.
Oh, okay.
I think something that is incredibly attached to who I am is I'm a friend. Um, I'm somebody that puts friendships above most everything in my life in a healthy way.
Mhm.
I'm someone that's going to show up for my friends no matter what, and if if I weren't to do that, I wouldn't be myself. Um, and right now, a way that I've been showing up specifically music wise is most of my friends are in bands here. So I spend most of my time when I'm not working going to their shows or hearing their rehearsals or the new song that they're writing. It's basically all that I do. It's basically all that I do is I go to shows, I go to when I meet people at
Mhm.
my partner is in a band, 3 of
Okay.
them, 3 bands actually. And when I go to his shows, I get to see new people that are opening up for them, and then I become friends with them, and now I'm going to their shows. It's kind of a wormhole that never quite ends, but it's a really beautiful time. I feel like I'm Alice in Wonderland just getting to, like, be around all of this music that goes deeper and deeper and deeper.
Oh,
Um,
love that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I'm glad that you and I are becoming friends,
yeah,
friendly, and it says a lot about a person that they identify as being a friend.
yeah.
So beautiful.
I think
Okay.
it's a pillar for me for sure.
Yeah, I feel the same way about me, but we're not going to get into it. We're going to keep going through the questions. In the moments, okay, so we all have, and we're talking about voice reclamation,
Yeah,
all right? So I love for you the idea of you sometimes singing backup for a band, or like you sometimes like doing karaoke or something,
oh, I've
right?
never
Okay,
done that.
okay, interesting. All right. So I may or may not try to take her to karaoke this Saturday with my friend Paul. Paul is an Elvis impersonator.
Fun,
Also
I
the
love
electrician for
it.
my building. We're going to karaoke this Saturday,
That's so
which
fun.
will be fun.
Yeah,
Um, anyway, you do not have to be part of karaoke. You don't
okay.
have to do anything
Mhm.
because reclaiming the voice is intrinsically joyful.
Yeah,
And you sing to your shoes and your
yeah,
partner, and that's enough too.
mhm.
And maybe I do want to ask you if you had like a outside goal of some singing thing where other people would be listening to you, what might that be? So this is like an inserting question right now.
Ooh, that's so interesting. I haven't made it my goal in a very long time, and
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
that a lot of that is due to being afraid and having
Okay.
to be something that is
Hmm.
it's not tied to an expectation from anyone other than myself,
Okay.
so I'm able to avoid it pretty,
Hmm.
successfully. Um, um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've always wanted to do karaoke, but been very afraid of it.
Okay.
So that is
Uh,
something that would be maybe a goal, doing karaoke with
okay.
my friends and
Cool.
not feeling so tied to judgment from myself about how that sounds or the fact that they're all musicians and do this regularly.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
just letting go of a bit of judgment from myself is probably the biggest goal for me.
Okay. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. So between now, it's good to make a goal like time sensitive. So let's
Yeah.
say that by Halloween you do karaoke with your
Okay.
friends. Does that seem reasonable?
Tangible.
Okay. By Halloween, Halsey plans to do karaoke with friends.
Mhm.
Okay. I always suggest a duet at karaoke so that somebody
Okay.
else can carry it. Like that's a
Sure.
good starting point. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Halsey, now that we've determined that,
Yeah.
okay, that can be helpful. All
Uh-huh.
right. We're going to talk about motivation
Yeah.
and what fuels you. We already know that you love your friends, and
Yeah.
now you've stated on a live that maybe 5 people eventually watch, or maybe 15 or 50,000. Who
Mhm.
knows? You've stated, I'm going to do karaoke with my friends by Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay. In the moments when you are feeling some of the anxiety or concern, like, oh my God, why did I say on a YouTube live that I was going to do this? Like, what will your fuel or motivation be to like jump over that hurdle? Like, what motivates you?
Um, Currently, the things that motivate me to do things that are uncomfortable, not necessarily like do my chores or go for a run, but things that
Mm-hmm.
make me feel that fight or flight afraid in my
Hmm.
chest. I have to lean into those a lot more. I'm someone that suffers from obsessive compulsive disorder.
Thanks for
So,
talking.
of course, I am not sensitive about it at all. I talk about it very regularly because I think it's a very misunderstood diagnosis.
It is. Yeah.
And it looks different for all sorts of people. So if I'm feeling uncomfortable about something, it usually means that I have to just face it head on. And that it means that it's important to me in some way, and I have to figure out why it's important and whether or not the importance of that has any value. Um, whether the thing I'm afraid of is something with my like perfectionism.
Mhm.
Is the thing that I'm being so precious over worth all of this negative feeling and this built up experience? No? Okay, then let's either let it go or do it.
Yeah, yeah.
You're either gonna let it go and not think about it anymore, or you're gonna face it head on. Or you're gonna do it and not care how it turns out.
Mhm.
Because most of the time it wasn't actually that important to me to begin with, and I just wanna have a good experience. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And let's just say karaoke at Halloween, you can have something entirely masking who you are.
Yeah.
So,
True.
right?
That's true.
And I want to tell you that I would go with you to karaoke at a place you plan to never go again, or in a town you never particularly like to go or
Yeah.
want to go again,
Yeah.
to lead you toward your ultimate goal of Halloween karaoke with
Yeah.
friends. And also, if you decided this goal needed to change, I wouldn't be offended. I
No.
might not even know.
Yeah. No,
so
totally.
but I love that you were able to kind of talk through your process.
Yeah.
And I love also that you're openly sharing, a diagnosis of OCD,
Yeah.
because you're right. Anybody who doesn't fully understand this diagnosis, who like walks into a dirty kitchen and says, "Oh, I'm feeling OCD right now because you haven't washed your dishes," you don't understand OCD.
No, it's unfortunately so much worse than that.
and and we'll move right through that because people
Mhm.
can Google that for 20,000 years if they want to.
Absolutely.
Right now, I'm wondering if you can do like a little check in with yourself, and you're
Yeah.
highly self reflective and
Yeah.
aware. So, is there a belief that you have that you're ready to release that is related to you as a voice? It might not necessarily be a belief about yourself, it might be a belief about other people, just a belief that's ready to be done with.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a catch reaction to that. So
Mm,
I know that there's something I know that there's something that I want to say about it, and I just want to make sure that I'm careful about it.
mhm.
Um, I mm, a belief that I'd love to get rid of concerning my voice is that it's allowed to take up space.
So you'd like to live into the belief that your voice can take up space.
Yeah, in high school and earlier than that, I was the singer. I was one of the only ones that would sing. I got called up to do a lot of different events at school, and I could just kind of feel the general populace getting tired of me, even though I wasn't the one asking to be singing. Seeing, I was feeling a need that I was asked of me.
Okay.
Um, and I perceived a lot of judgment that may or may not have been there from external sources, and said, maybe when I get to college, I don't need to take up this space.
Oh,
Yeah. So I switched more into like creative acting sides and dramaturgical sides of theater, and just kind of let myself disappear into a new art form of storytelling, which was still very, very exciting and very fulfilling for me.
mhm.
But just kind of let my voice be for me, because I didn't want to feel the way that I felt before. I didn't want to feel like people were tired of hearing from me. Yeah.
Halsey, I do this because it is so resonant with my own experience,
Yeah.
right?
I know. It's a tough one, especially when singing brings so much joy to like feel like you need to sit silently in a space. Sucks. It's awful.
The profundity of this, like, I want to sit silently with the reality that probably anybody who dares watch this or comes across it,
Yeah.
um, the feeling of I've been putting myself out there to fill a need or because I see the opening,
Mhm.
and people are tired of hearing from me. I feel like it not only resonates with me, but I think a lot of
Oh
people
yeah.
experience that, right?
Yeah.
And I just wanna like, I'm allowing myself to feel into the heart space of that
Yeah.
and the way that it kinda, like, lands in my body,
Mhm.
right? I often talk in yoga spaces
Yeah.
around the fact that this area, which in yogic language is often called the 5th chakra,
Mhm.
it's what unites our heart to our head,
Yeah.
right? And so when someone is silenced
Yeah.
or silences themselves and moves in a different direction,
Mhm.
the image that's coming to my mind is like a river that finds a new channel,
Mhm.
right? But the groundwaters, whatever is deep in that this being that you are,
Yeah.
that voice, that singing voice, that manifestation of who you are
Mhm.
doesn't go away,
No, not at
right?
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's so clear you're already aware of that.
Yeah.
So it's thank you for giving me that
Oh my god, of
ability to
course.
feel into the way it resonates.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is something that you can relate to in any portion of your experience. I'd love to know, but no, particularly after that moment happened, I felt like I stopped living in half of my body. It felt like from sort of shoulders up was where I was living now in this in like a darker headspace, not darker in a depressed sort of way, but
Mhm.
like the rest of my body just kind of disappeared because I feel like my voice lives so much deeper in sort of my core rather than up here.
Mm.
So like my voice got higher and airier and instead of being down low, my speaking voice is up higher. And I carry a lot of like tension in my shoulders and I overthink a lot. I feel very worried. And my friend Abby and I always say that our brains are full of bees. So it feels often like very heavy shoulders up and full of bees.
Wow. Okay. The bee thing we're gonna have to come
Yeah,
back to, but we're gonna keep going.
totally.
Okay. What you're living into is a belief that your voice can take up space.
Yeah,
I asked you about beliefs that you're ready to release. I want to imagine one of those little bees
yeah,
that flies away.
absolutely.
What does that bee look like? I'm just curious if you were to imagine that bee, or what does it sound like?
Oh, I think it has more of a sound than a physical
Yeah,
presence,
yeah.
a sound and like a reverberation.
Hmm.
Um, so I can feel it, but I can't see it. I'm someone that actually can't picture things in my head.
That's totally fine. Yeah,
I have
a lot of people don't.
yeah, I
Yeah.
have what's called aphantasia, where
Mhm.
I genuinely I like I can't think of an apple and see an apple. I've seen them before. I know what they look like. I could point to one right now if I saw one. But I can't conjure the image in my brain.
Mhm.
So
A lot of our most aware and awake and in the moment people, I
mhm,
believe, have that,
mhm.
the aphantasia. It actually keeps you present in a different way.
Yeah,
I don't know
totally.
if you relate to that, but
I do. I think so. That connects with me. Yeah, I think that the bees in my brain kind of if they were to be released, I think they'd be coming through my mouth. And I'd have to physically let them out. Like there's a a gate door that would have to open somehow past probably my esophagus and living in my
okay.
brain and
Mhm.
like up through my nose perhaps.
I
Um
love this.
yeah, it feels almost like when a very humid hot day is about to turn to a thunderstorm where it's still really hot and there's just a big pressure that needs to be released. And it's like phone vibrating in my head, kind of.
This is such evocative imagery.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Also, often people with aphantasia maybe verbally become incredibly good at describing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know either.
Maybe.
I have
My
no
dad's
research
also
on
an English teacher, so I do
it. Oh, okay. So you're a word person.
a little I'm a word
Yeah,
person
yeah.
and a thoughts and feelings and research person.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
love this.
insufferable, unfortunately.
Um, I will say that I love to be suffered by you, so I'm not sure I would call you insufferable personally, but this is all such beautiful metaphor and imagery, and we're going to be working with this bee thing,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Who will benefit from your reclamation work or your healing of whatever wants shifting? Maybe we'll just say shifting for you.
Um, Probably everyone.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, at least no one would hurt from it.
Good.
Yeah, I
No
don't
one's gonna be harmed
yeah, no one would be harmed.
in the
Uh,
releasing of the bees.
yeah, I don't think so.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody would be mad or upset or disappointed or have any negative feeling towards it. They can not like it, obviously, that's totally fine, but then they have permission to just, leave, I guess,
Yeah.
or, like, change the channel.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't foresee anybody being negatively impact, and
Mhm,
I do hope that it would evoke a positive reaction from people or impact them positively in some way,
mhm.
whether it's creatively or getting to see their friends do something that's really exciting and fun. I feel that way when I see my friends perform and do the thing that they love to do. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Neutral. I think that most people would be neutral about it at the very least.
Yeah. So from neutral to positive effect on others,
No,
that's
all of
good.
that's good.
Yeah, right? I love
I know.
this. Okay.
I'm fully aware. Like, why am I not doing it? It's me.
Well, it also, I often quote Thomas Edison. I've probably done
Okay.
it 12 times on YouTube or maybe not.
Hmm.
My Substack podcast, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Thomas Edison, toward the end of his life, talked about some regrets or concerns about helping to invent the phonograph
Hmm.
and said, what have we done? Mothers used to sing lullabies to their babies.
Yeah.
And what I believe and hope is that at this time in history, even though sometimes it comes in a confusing way of influencers and people jockeying for position or approval in
Yeah.
social media spaces, what's real is that we have demystified a lot when it comes to technique. And it's true that anyone can offer their voice
Yeah.
or an expression of themselves.
Totally.
Almost anyone, somewhere between almost anyone and anyone
Yeah.
has, so often it's these internal aspects of our experience that end up halting something.
Hmm.
So you being able to identify, hey, it's either neutral or positive.
Yeah.
I think about you in high school.
Hmm.
I mean, I didn't know you then.
That's good.
I imagine, because I've worked with plenty of high schoolers, I imagine that many of the teachers and fellow students that were part of your life then
Hmm.
really admired you for taking up space, even if you couldn't perceive their admiration,
Yeah.
right?
No, totally.
Yeah. I'm not going to ask you to name someone unless you want to,
Yeah.
but if you like were to think about someone who was important to you at that time, is there someone you can think of who, like, if they were to see this video somehow through some weird synchronicity, they might be like, huh, she's working on reclaiming her voice?
Yeah. No, I can think of quite a few people. A lot of teachers at the school that I graduated from in New Hampshire
Hmm.
would be very excited and over the moon and were very supportive of me. Yeah. No, I think that they'd all be very excited. They'd be pretty pissed that I wasn't still doing it.
Oh, wow.
They
Okay.
would be
Okay.
mad. They would be disappointed for sure. For sure.
I mean, they might be more surprised than disappointed. I don't know.
No.
No, they'd be disappointed because
Yeah.
you're good.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Good also is a matter of relativity. Let me ask you, what is one song that you remember feeling particularly free singing, or that you think, I would love to sing that at karaoke? Just a song that
Oh.
brings a feeling of freedom into your body or your mind.
Hmm. Oh, I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. I used to. Hmm. I've never fully thought about what like a karaoke song I would do would be. And the majority of songs that I sang in high school, like at my graduation, I sang um Wide Open Spaces by the Chicks.
Love that
I love
song.
that song.
That
It's
song.
very fun to sing. Very fun to sing.
Uh-huh.
I think that was the last time that I sang in front of people, I think.
Who doesn't know what I'm talking about?
No,
I love that
it's a great song. It's a great
song.
song, but I don't know that I would do that at karaoke. It feels a little it feels not it feels too emotional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
This is
I
good
would
to know.
maybe wanna have more fun with it.
Okay. So you're starting to bring yourself closer to choosing a song.
Yeah,
I like that your mind goes back to performing at high school graduation
yeah,
and also a song that we sang at a time that was a major transition
yeah.
often is a song that brings up emotion every time we sing it.
Yeah, of course.
And there's a great book by Madeline L'Engle. Do you know that author?
I don't
She
think
wrote A
so.
Wrinkle in Time
Oh, okay,
and
yeah.
a bazillion other books,
Yeah, I have
most
read
of
that
which most
one.
people don't know.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are familiar. One of the books I love of hers that I don't have anymore. I gave it away like 2 or 3 times, and eventually it'll come back into my life. But it's a book called Walking on Water:
Okay.
Reflections on Faith and Art. I think because she was a devout Christian in some ways, but very open minded. Had a lot of friends who were from all faiths,
Sure.
and in that she talks about her husband was a professional actor. I think on one of the General Hospital Days of Our Lives.
Okay.
He was like,
A soap
yeah,
actor,
he
yeah.
was a soap actor. And as a writer, she didn't get published until midlife, and it was like hell trying to get
Yeah.
published. And meanwhile, like then years later, after Wrinkle in Time was this amazing crossover smash, like no
Yeah.
one thought it would do anything, and then it did. Um, a lot of her journals she reworked and got published. She has like
Mhm.
probably 12 different nonfiction books and a bunch of other fiction. But
Yeah.
she's one of the people I think about often in terms of it's never too late to
Yeah.
like offer things into the
Of
world.
course.
Also, we learn from other arts. So
Mhm.
she writes somewhere in that book about how in order to be an actor, we feel. But also, some people are autistic and really great actors
Yeah.
because they just are, doing the thing
Yeah.
as it should be done, right? But those of us who are empathic,
Mhm.
I identify as such. I'm imagining you do since you care so much about your
Yeah, of
friends.
course.
Um, and we get to a point where we've done something enough or felt something enough that we no longer present with that feeling.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I often these days, because I'm coming out of a highly traumatic year last year, a lot of pretty scary things happened last year.
Mhm.
Um, I listen to playlists that have songs that bring up emotion,
Yes.
and I see if I can keep singing or if I start crying.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm like, I like that I can cry, and I try, like, I sing cry a little bit.
Yep.
And if it's too much or if I'm feeling like a big wave of
Yeah.
grief, I'm like, okay, I don't want that right now if I don't want it. Or
Yeah.
sometimes I'll like let myself cry for 20 minutes just to like get that out of
Absolutely.
the system. I'm curious to hear, and I hope you'll text me,
Sure.
what song you feel eventually will be a good song for karaoke for you
Okay.
once you've chosen it. Because there's 1,000 songs by the Chicks, but there's so many other
It's
Chicks
true.
too,
Yeah.
right? I'm curious if there is a song that you remember singing as a little kid that you loved.
Ooh. Um, I love so many. I love so many. A big one in my house, um, was it was by Kelly Clarkson. She sings it in The Princess Diaries too. Um, oh my god, is it Breakaway?
Breakaway.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
God.
Breakaway. We love Breakaway. We my parents are singers as well,
Mhm.
and my brothers. They're all very musical, and we had a very musical household that just sang a lot together, which
Mhm.
was amazing. Um, we a lot of Billy Joel in our house, a ton of Carole King,
Oh, I love that.
a majority of Carole King. Um, that's actually yeah, but probably mostly Carole King in my
Oh,
household.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
anything from Tapestry 100% was playing. Or Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got some good taste in your
Yeah.
family.
Oh yeah, my parents, they're great.
Yeah. I'm curious. Oh, and we have a comment. This is great. Why is that lady so damn cute? I don't know. Why are we so cute? And is it you? Is it me? I don't know. We're both adorable.
Hi.
Hi. Well, beyond the cuteness, and that was a nice comment to come in.
Yeah.
Um, um, I think this is actually worth noting. All
Mhm.
right. When we're perceived as cute
Yeah,
or adorable or cherishable or beloved of a space like a high
totally.
school,
Yeah.
um, our prefrontal cortex is not fully formed.
Yeah.
We're in this position of like suddenly we're wearing fancy caps and gowns. I remember in high school just being like, what the hell is happening? Is this
Oh,
really
yeah.
that big a deal?
Yeah.
And then like the more people got excited and the more people said, some people are not going on to college and like you are a nerd who's going to keep on doing other things in
Yeah,
this realm. But for some people, this is a really big deal. So like stop talking about it like it's not a big deal.
totally.
Okay. So it was important for me to understand that. And
Yeah.
now I do when I see anybody marking a threshold,
Yeah.
I'm like, allow yourself to slow down and savor it. I mean, be a little Ferris Bueller. Like
Absolutely.
savor this experience.
So much of our lives is preparing to get to the next thing that when you finally meet that mark where you're like, okay, this chapter is done, I can move on to this next thing. If
Hmm.
you don't take stock in all that is accumulated up to that point, you are missing out on all of your life.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy. I was in the same sort of boat as you for graduation where it like the ceremony didn't feel like a big deal to me, but I was very nervous about the chapter being over and for things to not look the way that they did for a good majority of years. I've moved a lot in my life. I've moved 39 times. I'm 26 years old, and I went to 3 different high schools. Um,
Wow.
so having this next transition, I was like, okay, this is one where my parents are staying here. I went to a boarding school, and my parents taught at that boarding school.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was a day student going
Hmm.
for free in this establishment that had a lot of rich history and tradition and privilege that came with it. But I didn't have the same access to outside privileges from the school. I didn't have parents that had a lot of money.
Hmm.
Um, so my future looked different than the majority of my classmates that were going to really prestigious, really expensive schools. And that was just never going to be a reality for me.
Hmm.
I went to a great public college in Maine and had a nice time and made a
Hmm.
bunch of friends, but it wasn't going to change my life. It
Interesting.
wasn't going to be this like big exciting adventure for me.
Mhm.
And I was afraid of what it was going to look like because it was something that I wasn't that had a lot of unknowns attached to it. And I don't remember why we're talking about this.
Well, what I love is you naming 39 moves.
Mhm.
You're 26 now, so hey, your prefrontal cortex is approximately fully formed.
Probably not. I'm traumatized.
You have been properly traumatized as
It's
well.
true. It's
The
true.
gifts of the traumagi. I might
Yeah.
write this into like a little mini stage
You should.
musical.
That's so fun.
Yeah. But I wonder, I mean, I wonder 12,000 things when I
Yeah.
talk to you because you bring up a lot of wonderings.
Mhm.
As you're in this space of middle 20s,
Yeah.
you've probably heard the Saturn return thing.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a couple few years.
Oh, I know, but ouch, ouch, ouch. Don't do it to me, Saturn.
Oh, well, no, I think it's actually
It'll
a
be beautiful.
beautiful time.
It'll be really good.
And I think it's such a delightful time to be attuning to yourself and just starting to touch in with
Yeah.
the later versions of yourself,
Yeah.
not with any need for all of the healing of whatever part of you was traumatized. No,
Yeah.
no, no, no. Just to touch in. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I've been
Yeah.
doing it a lot more in the past few years
Hmm.
where I I really touch base with the parts of myself that I used to just think were bad,
Hmm.
or that I was ashamed of, or I was like, it's got a lot of negative feelings attached to it. Nobody else feels that but me. Nobody else knows about that little girl who's upset. Nobody knows about that like jealous person that might come out sometimes. No one knows about her because I don't show her to anybody.
Oh,
So I may as well not kick her in the corner when she's already not coming out. Like
right.
I have become more increasingly aware of the fact that I am the longest relationship I will ever have. And if I don't
Yes.
like her or I don't take care of all of these parts of her, I'm gonna be miserable for the rest of my life. So I
Uh-huh.
decided a few years ago that I was done not liking myself. And if there are parts that I wanna work on or parts that I wanna change, I have to bring them out,
Mm,
otherwise they're just always gonna be there and I'm always gonna resent her. I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna do that.
there is so much wisdom in you.
Yeah.
Can I can I ask you this?
Yeah, of course.
Would you practice buzzing like a bee before you would do karaoke?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna go back to the chicks,
Sure.
and I'm going to buzz like a bee
Mhm.
to the chorus of Wide Open Spaces.
Mhm.
If you want to join me, you can, but
Okay.
you do not have to,
Okay.
okay? And I don't know what key I'll be in. I don't know what key the original is.
I'll meet you where you're at.
Okay, good. And you can also just giggle at me while I buzz like a bee. That's perfect. Okay, okay. All right. So I'm like getting into like what's
I know
great
it's got the
about buzzing
tickle
like a
too.
bee is that it does tickle and it brings us into this forward resonating
Mhm.
space, which is so good.
It's
So
really good for you.
I love that bees want to be released from you energetically
Yeah.
because it's a great thing. Okay. So what I might do is take a deep breath.
I guess I'm sick too.
Okay, so we're getting
Yeah.
started with our buzzing like a bee thing.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what it sounds like, I think.
Yeah, I think it's really good. All
Mhm.
right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And we're kind of playing right now,
Yeah.
right? A good entryway for any of us in reclaiming our voices is just to do something that has low stakes and
Yeah.
sounds like you're being ridiculous.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we've done a little weird buzzing sound, and that's been fun for me. How are you
I'm
feeling?
having a blast.
Good. So I'm not allow myself the luxury of another deep breath or two or three.
Mhm.
Kind of checking in with the sensation of my body. So that's just a little bit of wide open spaces.
Mhm.
I often start making funny faces, and my voice coach, Caroline,
Oh, it's
like,
important.
calls me on it.
Yeah.
She's like, "Do you need to make that face?"
Like,
And
sometimes the
so,
note is in there, and I have to
yeah,
find it.
yeah. I think part of it too is little children. I've worked with little children
Yeah.
as musicians, and the sillier you get, the more like big facial expressions you
Yeah.
make, the more they're kind of like, what is happening to that adult over there? And maybe I want to pay attention to that adult, right? So I know it's not necessary to make big faces, but I tend to.
Sure.
Okay. We're going to do a little more of the chorus.
Okay.
Okay.
It's hard to do it up front in your teeth.
It is. I almost want to do a lip trill.
Yeah.
Do your lips trill?
I can try.
Okay. And you can do like a tongue trill or
Mm.
is
Yeah,
what we're
yeah,
gonna work with.
yeah.
And that I feel like, yeah, I feel like that'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Let's switch to a different song.
Okay.
What is a song? Maybe we could do any of the musicians you said, and I might not know it as well as you do, but
Um,
what feels like an easy one?
mm, you know, when you're asked a question about a song and you're like,
Yeah,
"I've never
yeah,
actually
yeah.
heard a song
Yeah.
before, I don't know any of them."
You know, it's interesting because you were
Um,
talking about the classics. I
yeah,
was singing Joni Mitchell while riding my bicycle today.
yeah.
Do you know
Pretty
any?
whimsical.
Do you like?
Yeah, of course.
What is one of her songs that you love?
Ooh, River is one of my favorites.
Okay, good. I love and know River well, and
Okay.
it's a winter song, so this would be
Yeah.
maybe a Christmas time karaoke for January or something.
Sure.
Okay, all right. There's nothing I love more than a good melancholy holiday themed song, and
Oh, yeah.
Joni.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's good at it.
yes, she is. So, hmm, and I'll just get the tune in other people's head who know Joni Mitchell or maybe don't really know her that well. It's coming on Christmas. They're cutting down trees. So we're gonna buzz that or
Mhm.
trill it. Lip trill or
Mhm.
hum along for
Yeah.
people who are listening maybe later. Mm. I wanna hear you keep going. Do you wanna keep going? It's
Sure.
beautiful, the humming.
Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe start again.
Sure.
Let's listen to you. That's a gorgeous voice.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, what is the sensation of keeping it in? Does it feel natural and good to be
No,
humming it?
no.
Would you rather sing the words?
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is not like a you have to do this thing, and we've got
Yeah.
like 5 more minutes of this live
Yeah.
stream. I mean, this is 12:15 to 1:15 or maybe 1:30 if we want to, and
Yeah.
I mean, we can feel
I
into
can't believe
that
that it's
together.
already been that long.
I know,
That's crazy.
I know. Well, the joyful thing about making music with another person,
Mhm.
and when we do voice work, I do a little bit of voice coaching these days. I think part of what I loved as a therapist, though, was I'm like you, a storyteller, and
Yeah.
a bit of a story, like somebody else's story, is one thing that gets me a little quieter and receiving. So it's that empath piece, right?
Yeah.
Um, the feeling of listening to you was just, I felt like, oh, Halsey's coming home again.
Yeah.
There's like a homecoming feeling to it.
Yeah.
And we talked about rivers earlier.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's such a good song for you. When you think about yourself and the homecoming of your voice and bees, what are you noticing? Have any of the bees wanted to kind of move through just by being in this space and talking about it?
They're definitely quieter when I sing. They're
Oh,
definitely
wow.
quieter, but I do
Mhm.
feel that there's, like, a lack of air getting into my system, so my it's not fully open. Um, so it feels uncomfortable and a bit strained
Yeah.
because I'm not quite grounding myself in the feeling of being brave.
The feeling of being brave.
Yeah.
What is the feeling of being brave for Halsey?
It's very open. It's very, like it's a big presence. It feels grounded and rooted in the ground. Whereas I know right now what I'm doing is not rooting myself in the ground. It's just kind of muscling through. Yeah.
Yeah. I am overly expert in muscling through myself.
Yeah.
I totally get that. We don't have to talk about the traumatization of humans, but I think it maybe comes along with having a lot of moves, a lot of change.
Absolutely.
What does it look like in your body for you to be rooted and fully open and in that courageous, brave space?
I don't do it that often.
Oh, okay.
I don't do it that often. I'm very I've made a lot of moves in my life that are socially very brave and uh communicationally very brave or um even 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 brave in sort of my like relationship with myself or with my friends. I've made a lot of big character moves and big brave jumps in growing into the adult that I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm very precious about the joy that I get from singing when I'm alone, and I know that the feeling that when I'm grounded and feeling safe at home in my own space and nobody's home, it it does feel like a return to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't think I've ever really had that in front of other people unless I'm in a character.
Oh, okay. So putting on the character of
Putting on a
that
character helps.
absolutely. Yeah.
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 Um, where I can attune my voice to sound more like that other person. Um,
Oh, okay. Yeah. That
yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I can choose a different style to sing in that feels less like me.
Okay. All of this is so rich. Your understanding of yourself. when you're at home singing alone and you're returning to yourself,
Yeah.
um, these days,
Yeah.
is there a particular room of your house where it starts?
The kitchen.
The kitchen.
Yeah.
Kitchen's a great place
The
to sing.
kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah. Somewhere on this YouTube channel, there's a video of me singing with a child all around the kitchen. It's an old song that comes out of the Americas. I don't remember, or I'm not sure if it's totally known the original derivation, but
Mhm.
it sounds to me, it sounds like it comes out of the African American tradition.
Sure.
And it's a call and response song. So when I sing, all around the kitchen, the people in the room, children, parents, whoever's there, will sing back, cock a doodle doodle doo. Okay. And they just repeatedly sing cock a doodle doodle
Okay.
doo. Okay. So the call and response, that vibe is jazzy and fun
Yeah.
and interrupts the brain's immediate impulse, which is to echo.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were to sing cock a doodle doodle doo, you could sing that, right?
Yeah,
Go
sure.
ahead and sing it.
Cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo.
Good. All right. So your pitch matching is great, right?
Thanks.
And we know that Joni Mitchell is one of the voices that you have songs. You have so many voices in your body already
Yeah.
because you've embodied them.
Yeah.
My invitation to you
Mhm.
as we come closer to the end of this live stream is to come back on this live stream
Yeah.
with a song at some point.
Yeah, this is fun.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
And you can choose any song.
Mhm.
You could like shock me by choosing a rap song or something. Like
Okay.
it could be anything.
Oh.
Okay? And notice in your kitchen,
Mhm.
what are the songs that most want to be sung by your body, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I always sing Moon Dance, by Vance Morrison. I
Oh
love
my
that song.
God. Would you sing a little bit of it for me?
Uh,
The tiniest bit to end the live stream.
sure. I wanna figure out what key I wanna do it in.
Okay. And we have a piano that's on if you want to press a starting pitch.
Oh, I don't know what to do with any of those
That's great.
buttons.
Good, good, good.
Um,
You don't need them. You don't need them.
Ew. My brothers were the instrumentalists, not me, unfortunately.
Got
I
it,
didn't I
got
didn't
it.
get that gift. Not yet. I don't have that gift yet. Um, uh Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance meet the cover of October skies. And all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play something low.
Okay. So, first of all, that was so fun.
Thanks.
I loved that.
Thanks. It wasn't quite the way that I wanted to do it. I'm still a little nervous.
And the nervousness, it's part of it,
Yeah, it's
right?
okay.
And there is nothing wrong with the nervousness feeling. And I want to salute you and namaste you for
Thanks.
your courage in just doing a thing that you didn't have to do
Thanks.
on a whim
I'm
toward
trying to
the
be
end of
brave.
this. You are being brave.
Thanks.
And when it comes to the breath, this is something that I've had to do a lot of work recently
Mhm.
around noticing the ways in which my body kind of catches because it
Oh,
wants to do a correct breath or the biggest possible breath.
absolutely.
But also, I have trained with a lot of different yogic breathing techniques over the years,
Mhm.
and I've given like breath, I have overthought, which often means my body does like a little unconscious catch
Yeah.
to like correct or fix or improve. It's the
Yep.
perfectionism piece.
Yeah.
And I want to say to anybody who might listen to this, when you want to take a breath, take a breath.
Yeah.
And one great thing about karaoke is that we can choose a song where there are natural breaths,
Yeah.
but also, generally speaking, it's a neutral audience.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Exactly, exactly. And I know that I don't need to reassure you because you have so much skillfulness around that. It might be that both of us could learn from each other as breathers
Yeah.
by just noticing the little physical things
Yeah.
that are happening.
Yeah. I could feel my body wanting to tighten and be like, no, no, don't. We don't do that. We don't. Halsey, we don't do that.
Well, this is part of it too, is sometimes we are kind of locked in a cycle
Yeah.
or just our routine, and part of our body it says like we don't do that,
Yeah.
right? And it's just like shock moments where the
Yeah.
body's like, this isn't does
Yeah.
not compute. We don't do this, right?
Yeah.
So I love that we are here together now.
Mhm.
I love that we're coming to the end of the live stream.
Yeah. I can't
It's in
because
Illinois. I'm just reading it from my screen.
it's too far away from me to
I
see. I
know.
can't see
I
it.
know. Yeah. And what I know is that somebody on this live stream thought we were cute. One of us or both of us,
We
doesn't
win.
matter. We win. But cute is nothing
Yeah.
compared to caring, compassionate, creative in the long term.
Just the cherry on top.
It is. Yeah, I like that. So now, as we come to the end, if there is one thing that you're going to play with between now and the next time I see you, or the next, or when we go to karaoke together,
Yeah.
or you appear on the live stream again,
Yeah.
what is one task you're assigning yourself?
Mm. I think the next time I'm in a car with other
Mm.
people, I'm gonna sing along to the music a little bit louder.
I love that. Singing along to the music a
Yeah.
little bit louder in the car
Yeah.
is an act of courage. Beautiful. I'm also going just for funsies to say that courage comes from the French cœur, our heart,
Mhm.
right? Sometimes when we're trying to work to get more into our body, thinking about singing from our heart
Yeah.
space can be helpful. And also for me, I love at this point in my midlife body to let my belly hang on it,
Mhm.
right? Overalls are good for that. I want to make note you have a tall body,
I do.
right?
I take up a lot of space
And
vertically.
sometimes people, this comes from my friend Fides, who's an incredible designer, dancer.
Yeah.
I call him my friend. Maybe I think he might reciprocate. We don't know each other super well, but
Yeah.
he talks about how I think in his 20s or late 20s, somewhere in his life, he really had to learn to take up the full space,
Yeah.
right? So you are preceded by many, many others who have gone through this same process of
Yeah.
getting smaller and then taking up your full space. So yes to you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And brave comes, I believe, from the root word for the arms.
Mhm.
So a little shaking of the arms, a little opening up of the
Yeah.
heart, and singing louder in the car is a
Yeah.
perfect way to become more playful and courageous in your singing.
Yeah. Definitely need some mind body connectivity for sure.
And I would gladly come and just watch you sing Moondance or Joni Mitchell or anything in karaoke.
Well, thank you. We definitely have to do that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Mhm.
We'll make maybe a plan when we finish this live stream, but maybe not. I do have a weird gift for you.
Oh, okay. Thank
You're
you.
gonna look at my books, but I'm also going to offer you something strange and magical.
Okay, fun. You didn't have to do that. Thank you.
It's an egg shaker.
Fun.
Sometimes we think we're not instrumentalists, but anyone can shake an egg. You could even take this to your workplace or put it in a purse
So
or your
true.
overall pocket
Yeah.
and
Good.
just get a little more comfortable doing it.
I like that it's an actual egg. This is
It is,
fun.
isn't it beautiful?
I like it.
Yeah, you could play a whole prank out of putting a whole bunch of that colored one into like an egg carton
Yeah,
and make people think they're about to, but that's an April Fool's Day thing.
true. We're well past.
But it always come back around again.
Mhm.
Halsey, I'm grateful for you and your gift of time.
Thank you for having me. This was
My
very great.
pleasure. Please take one of my used books before
I will. I will.
downsizing is real. All right. Blessings to anyone who thinks we're cute, but even more blessings to those who continue to release their creativity and the way it wants to come forth at whatever phase of life. Handshake, high five. What do you think? Egg shaking? I don't know.
Let's do it.
All right. Wide open spaces.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.